Hey everyone, this is Lightstar, and we are back again for another Oracle Consciousness reading. This is going to be for the fourth quarter of 2022. So I'm going to share some insights into what's going on, what's coming up, how we can navigate the energy flow of this last part of our 2022. It's a really crucial time. Very important things are going to be happening. So I want to keep you up to date on what to be aware of. So grab your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, your health bar, or whatever you'd like, and let's get into the Oracle Consciousness reading for the fourth quarter. Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Lightstar, and welcome back to another episode where we're going to talk about the Oracle Consciousness reading for the fourth quarter of 2022. So each year I do these quarterly, and we talk about what's coming up, what are the energies that I'm seeing, the shifts, and all of that stuff that's going to be coming up in this last part of the year for us. It's kind of like the wrap up for 2022, but I'll do that actually later on in the year. But this actually covers the period of timeline, the end of the year. So how I like to do this is I'm going to be using my Magical Dimensions Oracle cards and activators, and I'll also be using my celestial frequencies that is going to be coming out, but I do have them as far as to do the readings, and I like to do that. So I'm just kind of giving you guys the visuals of what they look like. Roughly, things may change, and I already said that we had a delay with the timeline of when they are going to be coming out. Even though you can pre-order, it won't be available or be shipping until probably the end of this year or beginning of next year, somewhere around there. So just so you know, that's just kind of the timeline that we're looking at. But I will keep you guys updated with that, as I always like to do with, the shifting sands that we're working with, because everything keeps changing. And that's just the par for the course of this year, right? Change last few years, really. But what I like to do first is I'm going to take a look at our last quarter, and I just like to get the summary of the overall of what we're supposed to be learning from this last quarter, or what maybe the energies that were coming into play and that what we're supposed to be maneuvering out of, or getting the message or the lesson or whatnot. So this time I was guided to do like a paired, you can actually mix these decks together. That's what I'm intending them to do, even though the backs will look different and the fronts have a slightly different border look on it, but you can actually mix these together. And when the Magical Dimensions 2 second edition comes out, they will look more similar, except for the back colors and stuff like that, that you can mix and match them together. But I'm personally right now just choosing them separately. Like I have the decks separate, so I'm picking them separately from that. But you can do the either or. So what I'd like to do, like I said, is look at the last quarter, and see what message do we have? What were we dealing with for that? And this first card that I'm picking up is, I'm going to pick them both together, and then I'm just going to put them both up on screen here so you can see them. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we've got Harmonic Resolution, number 19 from the Magical Dimensions, which is negativity, anger, and transmutation. And then coupled with Reconnection, number 1, Universal Healing Shield. Now, this is really obvious to me of last quarter. What did I say about that was coming the previous time? I said what we were going to be experiencing, which would be over the third quarter, was these solar waves, the solar energies that were coming into play. It was just like this activation from the sun, a lot, not just because it was hot here, but just a lot of solar activity happening. And that even made it even hotter. in places where it is really hot. But that really came into play. And we had, because of this, we had so many things happening at this time. Big upheavals in the political arenas to, things coming out from the disclosure movement to all of the chaos and destruction of the, I don't even know if I can say this on here, but I'm just going to say on the GG Guidestones, for those of you that know what that is. There's a lot of things going on, right, to open up the powers that were and to, usher them out the door, right? So there's a lot of things that were happening in this field, and that means there was a lot of energy and emotion and attachment and chaos and all of that stuff that is happening and has been happening, but not coupled with the energies of shield energies. Okay, so we've had to deal with a lot of things trying to reach the higher self is what I want to say. I felt like this has been a challenging time for us to sit in meditation and just be like, oh, it's like, yes, we have to get there at some level, but it's been very challenging and difficult for us to get there. And I feel like the connection there has been, it's like sitting in the, I don't know why I'm just getting this visual, but it's like sitting outside in this peaceful, beautiful place trying to meditate when someone's throwing little darts at you and you keep having to go like this, with your eyes closed, you keep having to maneuver around. And it's like, that's kind of what it's been feeling like. So the energy's been really crazy, but I feel like we're supposed to navigate through this last quarter. So I just wanted to bring that up from, the last quarter. Now I'm going to go into this quarter of fourth quarter and see what we've got coming up. I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to pick one from magical dimensions, one from celestial frequencies, and I'm going to couple them together in pairs and see what we get there. Okay, this is going to be kind of like the first part of the fourth quarter, the second part of the fourth quarter, and then the third part of the fourth quarter. So we break it up into little pieces or bite-sized pieces and just see what the energies are. All right, so let me choose from this other one, and I will put them up together here. Okay, so we have, I don't make this stuff up, guys. Solar portal, number 36, being centered, balancing power and manipulation. This one coupled with 31, upgrades, light body spectra. So for me, this is saying just what I was talking about with these solar energies, and I feel like that's going to continue. So that's going to be continuing on in the first phase of that fourth quarter as well. So we're going to get activations from the sun. There may be some things happening with throwing us off center and making us feel off balance or feel ungrounded, and that we're constantly having to, scramble around there. But we are getting those activations from the sun, literally the sun, and also our inner sun, and getting the activation codes within us there, because this upgrade card is all about getting upgrades. So this is also resonant with the DNA activations, and also I've been doing some of these DNA activations with light language on my channel. Okay, sorry guys, I apologize if there's a disruption here. My battery just died in the middle of me talking about this. Talking about upgrades, my battery dies. So anyway, I believe I was talking about, if I didn't catch this in the right spot, or if I had to clip a part out, sorry about that. I don't remember how exactly I was talking about that, but I do remember I was talking about the upgrades. Okay, so we've had the solar energies. We're going to still have these solar flares, these solar energies coming in. They will still be a place and still be very highly activating. And then that's going to provide us with these upgrades, okay? Our inner sun, that's what I think I was talking about, the inner sun, where we go within and we connect to our inner self and connect to those DNA activation codes. That's what I was talking about, was the DNA activation series that I've been doing, and that we just did, that happened for the Lionsgate that just occurred, that I was bringing in these activation codes. So I feel like there was going to be even more of that because we're going to be getting some updates and upgrades to our light body, to our DNA and all of that. So very exciting stuff coming into the forefront, okay? And with that, I also feel we have another couple of sets here that I'm going to do, which is like the middle of the fourth quarter. I like to call this the double stuff. You know, it's like the middle of the Oreo cookie where you have that double stuff in there. And that's kind of where this is. So I'm going to pull one from there, okay, and then one from the Celestial Frequencies deck. And we have the combination here of Crown Portal, number 8, Divinity, Unity, or Separation, with Magnetism, number 24, Telos Crystal Avatar. And so we have the potentiality to be in unity much more than we have been. But right now we've kind of been in that separation mode, right? Our world's been very divided, very separated. We feel like we're not as connected. And a lot of us have been feeling that we haven't been connecting with higher powers, God, creator, source, our angels, our guides. You know, it's been more difficult in ourselves. It's been harder to connect because there's so much density on this planet that you really have to make an effort to go and do the work, right? So what I feel is going on, and when we look at the magnetism, this magnetism card always reminds me of, even though it's Telos, the Telosians, I always feel have connection strongly with the Lemurian civilization, and they seem very Lemurian-like to me. So this card also represents, or seems like it's representing, this energy that's coming forth from the Lemurian energies to bring in our divine unity and to bring in that feminine energy again, right? I'm back with Sophia again, by the way. I talked about her in one of my last videos, where Sophia is with me today. Again, she wanted to be present. This is the name I gave to my beautiful amulet made by John Ferris Visionary Arts. And he is phenomenal and his work is amazing. This was my titanium quartz and my amethyst that I had and wanted it wrapped in a certain way. And I talked about that a little bit, but this is, I gave the name to her that came to me. I didn't give her the name, she gave me her name, is Sophia. And so she represents that feminine vibration. This also represents that feminine energy coming forth, I believe, too. And let's see what the last part of the fourth quarter will bring for us. And interesting cards for that. Okay. So here we have releasing, card number 32, and purification, spiritual cleansing, letting go, with playful, magical fairy pools, number 28. And so we have these are opposing emotions, okay? One is just the purge, releasing the purge. And I feel we are going to be getting more information that's going to be coming in that will make us feel like we want to purge. If you know what I mean. I feel like more information is going to come in. The cleansing is not yet completed at all, okay? So for those of you thinking that's all love and light and it's all cleansed and everything's all perfect and hunky-dory, it's not yet, okay? I'm not saying that it won't be, but at this point, we're still in the midst of a deep cleanse and a deep purge on this planet for the deep activation and the deep ascension to occur. So with this, that last part of it, we're gonna have to let go of some things that we're holding on to. We also, as a collective, need to cleanse and spiritually cleanse and purify this world once again. And yet, at the same time, we need to have fun, right? So it's reminding us when things get too heavy, when things get too dense, that you need to go out and play, or you need to get some relaxation to release the pent-up emotions, to lessen the anxiety, and to give yourself some peace and calm. So that's what this is reminding us, is of our fairy power and our energies to lighten up and have fun in the midst of all the density and all the chaos and everything that is going to come forth. And I do feel like there is more that is going to be shocking, that's going to come out or happen throughout this entire year, okay? One thing I want to say is that I did a channeling at some point a couple years before 2022, it was before that, with the Master Hilarion, a centered Master Hilarion, whom I channel sometimes and bring through messages, and it was in the Sedona Journal of Emergence that I used to have it published. One time, the biggest one that came forth that he talked about, it was the longest, and they didn't publish it. So it was the most important one too, but they have a length requirement, I suppose, and I didn't reach that. So anyway, it's on my own videos, but nonetheless, that video was really powerful and did speak of the 2023. That's when things may start to really shift. Okay, 2023, 2024, but that time frame in there is that we need to be at a certain point further along, and so we're in it right now. Think of it as though we're in the trenches right now, and we've not yet kind of pulled ourselves out of the trenches, so we're still kind of in it. And that, but I do feel like around the 2023, if the timeline continues to work in our favor, so to speak, even though it feels like it's not. But if it does, then I feel like that will be a turning point, or some significant things will happen. And I'm sure I'll come back and talk about that as it comes up. But the last thing I want to do with this reading here is I want to choose an overall card. Okay, this is going to be like an overall from the celestial frequencies about the fourth quarter. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Integration. Number 38, higher self integration. So all of this is really so that we can connect more completely and be more of who we are on this planet, bring more of ourself here, okay? But we need to be able to, I guess the purpose of all of this is to connect more with your higher self and to be immersed in that higher energies. Yes, you have to traverse some of the lower stuff to get to the higher stuff. Sometimes you have to, you got to swim in the water to get to the other side of the pool. You know, there's no way to get around that if you want to get to one point to the other. If you're doing laps or something, you have to swim. You have to kind of go through that process, and it's to get to that other side. So I don't know why that visual was coming in, but maybe you guys, some of you are swimmers. Anyway, I bring this up because all of these, card readings that I do are generally for the public. Okay, so it's not going to be specific for your specific situation, but if you do want to come work with me, you can do that more on a personal level. But these are like the collective energies for the collective, the overall consciousness readings that I do, that brings in what's coming up for all of us, and then how we can, move through these energies as best we can with the most grace and ease, of course. I hope you guys are enjoying this content, and if you are, or if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. YouTube likes to call it subscribe, but I like to call it joining the tribe, because I think that sounds much better and much more inviting. So if you guys would like to do that, please make sure to give the thumbs up to the video and share it out to other people that you think would be interested in my content, and also comment and interact on the videos, because I do like to get back with you guys and comment back and interact with you as well. And if you guys need to have any replatforming assistance or help with that for yourself, I have a great resource for you, and that is Matthew Raymer with Anomalist Design and Content Safe. And he helps people with moving to different platforms and to getting into your website development or creator content consulting. He does a lot of great work, and I'd like to always recommend him. He helped me a lot because I'm also on those other platforms like BitChute and Brighteon and Rumble and Odyssey and all that good stuff, and that's all linked below. But he's the one that helped me to get onto that platform. So I really appreciate his work and what he's doing, especially right now when we're having that need to expand because of the censorship and things of that nature. So he's a great resource for you all. And also, if any of you guys would like to donate to my platform, I so appreciate it. All of this little donation helps in keeping this content alive here on the channel so that I can bring new content. It's a lot of work for me to do all of this work and activate you guys and bring you content and information, all for no charge here on YouTube. So I appreciate anyone that would like to donate to my work. And you can do that via my donation page on my website. And you can find that in the link below, but you can also donate in a few different ways. You can become a patron on Patreon. You can donate by vibrational giving through my website, which I have different setup amounts that you can do, or you can just do your own amount via PayPal or credit card or whatever you like. And you can also do the little super thanks on my YouTube channel that's down by the like button, and you can donate that way as well. And for anyone that does donate, I send you guys back a little light language blessing of abundance that I like to say for you all just for donating, and it's my way of saying thank you for your generosity. And just want to thank all my patrons, all of you guys, anyone who's donated. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful. And I love you guys. I'm going to always bring content as best I can, but just really appreciate the donations to do so. And so what I see from this, like I said, we're still going to be experiencing some of those upgrades and certainly some big things happening for sure before the end of this year. So we want to prepare enough of ourselves to just be aware that there may be some things that we hear of or hear about that are maybe quite shocking, and that maybe some things that we just have to have discernment about. That's always an important thing. But that we're bringing forth this new vibrational energy of ourselves with the feminine energies, with our higher self upgrades, with releasing some of the toxic lower frequencies that we always have to do, but for sure right now, big time. And so we're releasing these things, but we also have to remember to keep our lightness and keep our happiness code running at all times in order to get us through the heavy, dense life that we are existing on down here until we can get to a place where our collective energies, all of us, are more thinking in higher vibrational states majority of the time, and that we can, I'd say, either rehabilitate or dissolve some of the energies of the lower frequencies that have been running on this planet for centuries. Okay, so we're all about done with that. We're all ready to move up into the next realm of vibration. Those of us that are, on the good side of things and positive side of things, we need to move up. We need to move into those next realms. We're about to take a big giant leap, and so this is sort of the last bits of it. So that's what we're going to be dealing with for the last quarter of 2022. So again, maybe some things that will come to light and into the surface that need to be dragged out and just looked at. I mean, we are entering that Aquarian age. I've talked about it before, the golden age, Aquarian age. I feel that we're already in it. We have been for like a crossover period for about 50 years of transitioning from that Piscean age into the Aquarian age. And I feel like we're just now getting into the tip of moving it into the Aquarian age. I've talked about this before, that I just felt like a lot of people that were born in the 60s in that era of time were like the transitioners into the Aquarian age, okay? And not to say nobody was before that, but I just feel like it's been a transition period, and now we're at that sort of end of the transition period where it's time to move into it, okay? That's for another discussion probably, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this Oracle Consciousness reading for the fourth quarter of 2022. And I will obviously be back with some more content for you guys, as I always do. But if you would like to work with me privately and get some assistance there, you can go onto my website at lightstarcreations.com, where I have so many different things that are available for you all, so many different options. My starseed alignment sessions that I do, my soul origins readings and intuitive readings and past life and all these good things that I bring into that session. And also if you want to do the phase 2 and 3, which is the upgrades or the cleansing, the clearing, which is in phase 2, a lot of clearing through my own exclusive light language chakra clearing process that I do. And then the upgrade in phase 3 is the light language upgrade, which actually does upgrade the light body, which we got in this first part of the reading. So that's kind of what it does, but I've got a lot of other things, the healing shield attunement sessions, I've got oracle reading sessions, I've got all types of sessions, or custom artwork, and I'm also got my music activations that can really help to uplift your energies, my Music 444 activation and my Transcension 2222. Please check those out. Definitely great for your vibration. And I'm actually working on some new music that will be coming out when I finish, but that's progressing really well. And I'm excited to launch that as well. It's coming out. Obviously you can get any of my artwork. I have some new artwork that I've just done, and I think some of you guys may have seen it, but I put it up a little bit ago. That is my crystallized image, and it's just the most beautiful, angelic. I think everybody should have that image in their home. It's a must-have. It's like one of the best ones for angelic energies, and I just absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. It's got this sort of rose gold energy to it, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm just pointing that one out. And I have some new ones coming up too that I may have also be doing on here and talk about more. But you can order my artwork in many different ways: photo prints, like gator foam mounted prints, to blankets, fleece blankets, all different kinds of things you can do and get with my artwork. And what else am I going to share? I've got the custom artwork as well, where I actually do custom work for you and create you into a magical being of some kind with my visionary attunement or visionary portrait. That's really popular, and I love those. Those end up being awesome. Or light codes, where I have my energetic light code signature art that brings in all the codes digitally for you, and I bring a little code image for you, and to help you unpack some of the energy codes that are above your head and then need to be pulled down. That's what that particular session is for. And I also do custom music, so all different kinds of things that you can go check out there. That's why I have this list here, if I missed anything. So many things. And I've got some new things coming, which I'm going to share at a later date, but has to do with things that you will wear. Okay, that's your hint. But that's not quite ready, but it almost is. So I've been working on a lot of good things for you guys. So go check everything out. And on my Cosmic Vision cell phone wallpaper is a must right now, okay? Huge thing I finished, and it's like, you guys got to go check that out and get it. It's 8 different images of wallpaper that you can have on your cell phone. And some people have asked me whether I could just do one or get one. No, it's in a pack right now because they all work together. And to be honest, the energies are so needed right now that you are going to want to swap them out at different times. And so they do come in a pack right now, in an 8-pack. So go check those out, because they are like it's next level stuff, because they are energy to help to block some of the artificial intelligence and the blocking some of the negative AI stuff that's happening from our electromagnetic world, okay? So with that said, I'm sending you guys off with tons of love, as I always like to do. I will be back here again doing some more activation for you. So for now, sending you off with love from who? The angelics, the galactics, the elementals, the fairy realms, the ascended masters, all your spiritual guides. Work with them, tune in, especially to your higher self, and get reconnected with that. Very important right now. So sending you guys off again with love, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.